Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over my budget and money goals for the month of March 2022. Every year, March is there's always something new happening in March, or something is changing in my life, or big things are happening, or bad things are happening on the other hand. And this year is no exception to that. I'm happy to say that this March is a good change and a very exciting thing going forward. So I'm going to talk about that more. And in this video, as I said, we'll be going over my budget. But first, I do want to go over my money goals. Goal number one is to put at least $1,000 toward my student loan savings. And really, this would mean that I reach a total student loan savings of $15,000. If you don't know, I still have $36,000 of student loan debt left, and I am not actively paying those down while they're in forbearance and at 0% interest. So I've been saving for them, and I'm finishing February. Right now I have $13,900, but I should end the month with $14,000, maybe more than that. So I will, of course, keep you updated in my February finance update, but that will be, in a couple of weeks or so. So really, I would like to put at least $1,000 and then get over the $15,000 mark for that savings. But we shall see. And with my budget, all of this will kind of make sense. I really should be aiming higher, more like $2,000. But things are kind of changing. Things are really changing, and I just have to get used to the things that are going to be changing. Goal number two is to make at least $1,500 from online income. This is a bit of a stretch for March because a lot of the times my money that I get paid out for the month comes from the previous month. So that means I need to have made more money this month to make more in March. Maybe I'll be able to reach $1,500, but again, this is one that is a little bit more difficult just because I didn't get as many clients as I was hoping to. I don't know about my ad revenue. It is lower than it's been the last couple of months. I'm still gonna aim for $1,500 because it's possible. This comes from my blog, my YouTube channels, my coaching, affiliates, all that stuff. And I never really know how things are gonna go. It's hard to predict sometimes, but I do still have financial coaching spots open. So that's always linked down below if you are interested, but we'll see. I'm aiming for $1,500, but not getting too hung up on that number. Okay, goal number three is a little bit different than I typically aim for. And this was something that I realized I could probably hit late last year. So I want to reach a net worth of $10,000. And I think I'll be able to do that in March. Of course, you guys will see an update in my February update video. I actually, for my January video, I had calculated that wrong. Some numbers weren't inputted correctly. I was calculating things in a way that doesn't really make sense. So I made some changes, and the number that I gave you in January for my net worth was actually too low. So the way things are going, I think I can hit at least $10,000 of net worth in March, which I don't think I set a goal for 2022 in total, like what I want my net worth to be. But at this rate, I probably should be closer to 30K. I hope that's the case anyway. And if I would definitely get a lot closer to that if I'm already at 10K by March. The market has been a little crazy, as we all know. So right now things are looking a bit down, but maybe it will recover by March. It's not a huge deal. Really, my investments are going to play a big factor into this. So it may not hit that 10K mark, but that's still what I'm going to aim for. Plus, with everything that I have saved, it may help to cushion the losses that I'm experiencing in my investments, but we will just have to see. Those are my top three goals, and now we're gonna go into my budget. So I'm gonna go down to the corner of the screen and show you my spreadsheets. If you are interested in this template, you can get it for free at the link below. This is my little budget tracker. Here we are on March, and in my last couple of videos, I talked about something big, a big change that's happening for me, and that is a new job. Now, I know what I'll be making base. So I'll be making a base of $60,000 in the year plus a bonus, but I'm assuming that's either quarterly or that would be annually. So I'm basically just working with that base. However, my current income, my current job, the taxes don't get taken out. I don't pay Social Security. I don't pay Medicare, any of that stuff. So for 4 years, I have been used to that. I've also just been used to getting one paycheck per month, and I know the exact amount every single time. I have no clue what to expect with this. The other thing about this new job coming up is I'm going to be contributing to a 401k, and that's going to be 6% of my income. So I tried my best to calculate what I would be earning in the month after I contribute to my 401k, after I pay for my insurance, and then after taxes. So I think I under guessed this number. I'm being pretty generous. I hope so, because it is lower. So this number that you're about to see for work income, let me just show it, $3,977. This is just a guess, I don't know. And this would be after tax, after insurance, and after 401k contributions. So that's what I'm gonna go with. But of course, I will just see throughout the month, and then you will see the actual numbers after March is over. As I've mentioned in other videos, I will be talking more about my new job and why I'm going into a different career and how the pay works and all of that stuff. And then once I have this number down from 1 month, it should be the same going forward, aside from any bonuses that I would get. Business income, my goal, like I said, is $1,500. I'm gonna put $1,200 just so I can see the numbers based on a safer number, because I probably should make at least $1,200, but hopefully it will be a little bit more. I do still have to pay quarterly estimated taxes for my side hustle income, so that's what this 240 is calculating off to the right. And then for other income, I'm expecting about 425, and I know this number specifically because I signed up for a couple of cards to get bonuses. So I actually did 3 different things. I signed up for a new credit card, I signed up for a new checking account, and I signed up for another, it's like the upgrade Visa card. And I didn't even include that in this yet, because that would be like, in altogether, this would be $825 if I were to get all of those bonuses in March, which I may. I don't know for sure yet, but I definitely should be getting the 425 based off of that checking bonus, as well as the new credit card that I got. And then this will be higher because I'll get, other cash back, and if I cash out money on Ibotta or Fetch, something like that. So you can see my total income, $5,602. Again, this is just a guess. So we just plug in these numbers so I can see what I'm working with for my budget. And then I do have some that I will be pulling from my sinking funds. I put $875, which I will explain where this would be coming from once I go through my budget. Okay, as for my actual expenses, everything looks about the same. And we're gonna start with taxes because, as I said, I do still have to pay quarterly estimated taxes for my online income. So I'm just budgeting about $250. It may be more, it may be less. Sinking funds, I'm keeping at $1,200. I update the amount that I have in my sinking funds every month, so stay tuned for that. My Roth IRA, this one I wasn't sure about. So I'm putting $300. And I'm pretty positive I'm still gonna be doing my Roth IRA every single month, even though I'm also gonna be contributing over $300 to my 401k every month. The reason I don't want to stop is because a couple of reasons. Time in the market. Also, the market is down, so I would be purchasing at a quote unquote discount, so that in the long run, it should help me out a lot more. I also do still have that goal of maxing out my Roth IRA this year, and I might as well, I can afford the $300. So the trade-off here is that, yes, I'm gonna be investing more money, and my student loans are gonna have to take a little bit of a step back here because of that. But I have been thinking about this, and I've realized I'm okay with that, because I do still trust that I can pay off my student loan debt this year, even if I'm putting extra to my investments. And even if I don't, it's okay, because I will be making more money in the market. And yeah, you guys know that I will still be putting money to my student loans, and that's all that matters. Okay, Coinbase is another one that I had to think about. And I decided, so I've been doing $10 every month, and I decided I'm just gonna do $100 in March, and then that's gonna be it for the year. So I'm just gonna do my $100, that's covers the rest, $10 for the next 10 months. And I will remove this from my budget going forward. So I don't know about this yet. I'm gonna have to think about it, because usually when I start the month, on the first day of the month is when I do my investments, but I'm gonna probably sit on this for a little bit longer, and then I will decide. Donate my $50 as usual. Rent, trash, and pest, that will still be $1,411. We have a couple of months still at this rate, but that will be going up soon. My Wi-Fi with Google Fiber is $55. My electricity, I'm budgeting $65, and I hope it does stay below that. I will say that I think, yeah, this month it was higher, but I don't see why it would go over $65 for March, but who knows. Water and sewage, okay, so I always know this the month before, so that's gonna be $53.19. This is the most that I've ever paid for water and sewage, and I'm so upset about this, and I knew this would happen because one morning I woke up in the morning and I heard my toilet was running. You know, when you have the little cover in the back of the toilet that it gets caught and it doesn't close completely. The toilet was running the whole time I was sleeping. So this was like a solid 8 hours because I had used the restroom and gone back to bed, and I didn't realize it was, like, I always hear that noise if my toilet does happen to do that. It's not degraded or anything. The chain just gets caught sometimes, and I know how to fix it. You know, you just shake the thing. You just shake the nozzle and it's fine. But this time I didn't hear it, so it was running that whole time, and as a result, $53.19. I did go back and literally looked at 2020, 2019, all of 2021, and yeah, I've never paid that much. So that's a really long story about why my water and sewage is so expensive this month. For groceries, I'm budgeting $500. This is high because you guys know that with my Discover credit card, I'm getting 5% cash back on groceries, but then they match that, so I'm actually getting 10% back on groceries. So I did want to take advantage of that whole amount that I'm allowed to spend, which is $1,500 for the quarter. And in February, I definitely didn't hit the 500 mark. I'm not going to. So I said that in March, I would just purchase gift cards if I needed to, and, you know, do my typical grocery shopping so that I hit that threshold. For food out, I'm budgeting $30 again. Hopefully this is enough. I really don't want to go out to eat, but we will see. I say that every month and then I do end up going out to eat, so there's that. Gas for my car, I'm still putting at 50, but I will be working 100% remote. However, I definitely will need to get gas like the first week of March, and I'll be pretty low in the tank, so it'll probably be close to 50 even if I just fill it up once. Okay, for my student loan savings, my goal is $1,000, so that's what I put here. Health and beauty, I'm budgeting $150 because I did have an appointment to my holistic doctor in March, but I'm going to be canceling that, so that's going to save me like 200 something. There was like a medication that I was paying for that I'm no longer going to take. Don't worry, it's not like medication that there's I don't need to take it. I'll be fine. So that's going to be eliminated. I don't have any doctor's appointments. I think I should be good with $150. This will cover like my vitamins and supplements as I usually purchase. I don't think I'll need to make any beauty purchases, just health stuff. My phone bill, $40. Okay, this is a big one. Dogs. So this month, in the month of February, my 2 dogs, which live with my sister, they went to the vet and we got insurance. So that's the first thing, is we got insurance that increased what I pay to my sister by like, you know, over $50. And then this month they went to the vet, the both of them, just to get their little checkup and then see if they needed their teeth professionally cleaned. And one of my dogs did get that. So she already did get her teeth cleaned. And I'm gonna just go ahead and pay my sister next month. And this is just an estimate of what I'm paying. I'm pretty sure it will be $642 and hopefully not any more than that. So this includes the money that I typically give my sister, the insurance, as well as the vet visits and teeth cleaning. All right, business, $12, thank goodness. Netflix, still gonna be $13.99. Personal, I'm putting at $150, and the reason for this is because in April, as I have mentioned several times, me and my boyfriend will be going to Hawaii, and I just want to purchase a couple of things for that trip. So like a new bathing suit, possibly like a dress or something. I don't know. I just put $150. I'm really hoping it's not that expensive, but I kind of want to purchase like a nice quality bathing suit, not just something that's from, you know, like fast fashion type of situation. And if you don't know, bathing suits are really, really, really expensive for a tiny little piece of fabric. But yeah, we'll see. Car insurance, $505.80. That should be the exact amount that I will be paying, which is where some of my sinking funds come in. So if you look up here, $540, that is what I have in my car insurance sinking fund. And so as you can tell, I only have to pay $505.80, so I'm gonna have money left over, and I'm gonna pull the whole amount out and just put that extra amount to whatever I need to pay or my student loans. I will be filing my taxes with a tax professional in March. That's gonna cost me, I think, $285. However, I was looking through my mail and I ended up having a coupon to go see him for $25 off, so it may be $25 less than that. And then I have some extra money in my tax savings, which is in my sinking fund, so I'm gonna be pulling $285 from that. Parking. So I'm pretty sure if you watched my, which video? My plan, my spending plan for 2022, I mentioned parking, that I would spend probably like $100 on parking this year. And this is one of it. So $50 to get a parking pass for Stone Mountain. I think I'm gonna do that this month, or I haven't decided even if I'm gonna do it, but it's something I did want to do this year. And since March is typically the month where it really starts warming up here in Georgia, and it's just like the start of spring, I think that's when I will purchase it. So I think it's $40, but I went ahead and put $50 because I'm not 100% sure on that. Plus I may end up paying for parking elsewhere. Okay, gifts. I budgeted $50. And again, this is coming out of my sinking funds of $50 there. It is my mom's birthday in March, as well as my stepmom's birthday in March. So that's what I am preparing for. And you can see that in total, I would be spending $6,962.98. But if we excluded my debt and savings, it would be $4,112.98. Now, you can see this down here, this red section is my income minus my expenses, and I am in the red. But I don't know, like if we work with some numbers here, this is what I typically will end up doing. So let's say I do make $1,500. That does help a little bit. So now we're at minus $185. Let's say I make $550 in extra income, because I probably will, possibly more. That fixes that. Let's say, would this be $260 if I only pay $260 for my taxes? That helps a little, and like there's just wiggle room everywhere, so that's why I don't really stress if that number is in the red. I'm gonna keep everything as I had it, just so I can, you know, go in and change it as it actually happens. But there's always wiggle room in my finances, so I do try to aim higher. Like, you know, I do want to put $1,000 to my student loans, but if I'm not able to move anything around, then, you know, I would end up putting, what, $500, and then I would be in the green again, and I would be okay. So it's like not the end of the world if I don't put $1,000 to my student loans. That's just what I would prefer to do. So yeah, that is everything for March. I know that there's kind of a lot happening. It's definitely a very high spend month, as was February. Like I said, you will see in that video. Everything's just been a little bit crazy, but I'm really, really excited about these changes happening in my life. And I know that all of this is going to pay off in the long run. I will be talking a lot more about it. If you have any specific questions, then please feel free to leave those down below. But that will be it for my March budget. Please also comment down below your goals for the month of March. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.